I mean, you can still just drive up and shoot somebody in the face for no interaction. Um, the reason why we got rid of that is because we had PD, not PD, we had RDM, no RDMing, and that. That's basically the same thing, so we took it away. Twitter, we always said Twitter can't be used as interaction. Well, Twitter's social media, so somebody's talking shit over Twitter, and you're always saying pull up, pull up. Well, guess what's fair game? All right, so that has been taken out. Red zones, we had it as there's 9 red zones. There are 3 red zones. There's the MRPD heist. There is the new plane heist or cargo heist. What is it called, Bulo?
Smuggler plane heist.
Smuggler plane heist. And then the drug locations that each gang will be controlling for their picking spots. All right. So those are the 3 right now. And all of this stuff has been updated in the rules, guys. You can go back, read over it. I'm not gonna read the whole thing out to you guys. I'm just gonna tell you just a quick what we've done and how we put it. So the next one that the team went back and forth on was you cannot kidnap a cop/mechanic if there are not more than 3 of each cop on. You cannot kill them either. For 1 month, we have removed that rule. Okay, so basically, if there's 1 cop on, it's fair game. Now, all I'm gonna say is just be wise on this because if you're gonna kill the cop and he dies and he's got to go on MRPD and get all of his stuff, let's just think about that. Because I don't want to see people in here chewing. Well, no one's answering robberies. Well, if you got 1 or 2 cops that got shot down, that's why. All right.
Can I speak on that too, real quick?
Yep, go for it.
I'm gonna say too that if cops aren't getting their RP, their Romeo Pasta, right? What I've seen in the past is that all the cops fly out, and then the crims are left to be on their own. So keep that in mind when you're doing stuff. That not every cop in the server gets butt hurt, but at the same time, if cops are just constantly getting shot down and that's the only thing that ever really happens, then you can bet on not having cops in the server.
Yep. Yes, we've seen
Can I add to that
so
too?
many times. Go ahead.
I just want to say this too. Cops, put that as a challenge. I mean, if I'm being honest, I know sometimes you might get upset. I know I do. When we get shot down. But we've made it so much easier, especially now for cops. That it doesn't cost us anything like it would a criminal, right? Like we get shot down right there at the hospital. Now you can get a phone, call your car, go down to MRPD. You get to get all your shit back for free, right? Go at it again, and just be a little bit smarter about it. Because guess what? Like if they want to do dumb shit, like let them do dumb shit. Just take it as a challenge, and because when they go down, they lose everything, and it costs them money to get their shit back. So I look at it that way, but make sure we're having fun with it too. This obviously still applies to the whole cop baiting thing. Like that doesn't mean criminals go out and commit crimes just so you can kill a cop to take their shit. So be mindful of that as well.
One more thing too: if you guys have a hostage and you're going to negotiate, and you hand off the criminal, the hostage to somebody, and you turn around and shoot somebody, that's kind of trash. So let's. And I'm not saying people are doing that. I'm just saying let's not do that. Let's keep going the way we're going. Um, and cops too. That if you're in here, if that happens to you, remember everybody remembers when they wake up. So when that happens, you're building a case too, right? And cases as big as they get handed off to FIB and go into RICO. So, let's just keep that in mind too. All right, let's just have a lot of fun with this. Next, and I know a lot of you are not gonna like this, so you all better start harping on your lawyers that that are lawyers are in the city. Police send off time is no longer the max of 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Your police send off time is whatever the MDT says. I have sat back, counted 20 lawyer tickets. Lawyers are just not answering, or if somebody gets in trouble in their gang and they got a lawyer in there or a friend, they fly in. Well, now if your time says 160 60 months, and they say, well, you're giving some good RP, and they give you 60 months, that's fair game. Or they give you 30 months, that's fair game. Or if they just want to throw the nines, they're going to throw the nines. So, we have lawyers. They need to be used. We've had a lot of people who we could just say, well, you're going to go away for half an hour. Yep, just send me away. Like, no RP there. They don't want to give that Romeo pasta. Nope, just send me away. Well, now we're going MDT time. All right. So keep that in mind. Harp on your lawyer friends, or if you have a lawyer head, keep that in mind as well.
With that being said, the lawyer applications are open, so if anyone wants to give a shot at it, we are accepting applications again, just because of due to the inactivity that had fallen very quickly. So I do keep an eye on those very regularly.
Mm-hmm. Hey, just to let you know too, if you're going away for that much time, the new jail script that's being put in right now, and I'm going to touch base on all the new stuff that just got put in today, some updates. There's going to be stuff for you to do in there to reduce your time while you're in there working. So you're going to be able to do jobs in there to reduce your time. So it could be 160 months. You might spend 20 or 30 months in there, basically 20, 30 minutes, doing jobs.
That hasn't been turned on yet.
It hasn't been turned on yet, but it's not. He's messing with it right now because we had a problem in the dev server. So keep that in mind as well, that you have a way to work off the time as well. Okay, let me get back down here quick. All right, you cannot shoot out of a vehicle. That was in the rules. Remember, we kind of like didn't do anything with that. We let it be for a while. That rule has been taken straight out. Now, PD, we've said it before. If you're in a police chase, PD, you should not be shooting at anybody unless you are fired upon first or threatened first, right? You've got to feel that threatened. Like if they're hanging out of a car aiming at you, well, that's they're trying to shoot at you at that time. That's good. But if they're just driving and running a chase and the chase is going on for 30 minutes, you're getting sick of it and you just reach out your car and shoot at their tire, not cool. So shooting out a car is going to be fair game in the city all over the place. All right. Gangs. We have left it up to the gangs now. The rule that we had is that, remember, you cannot force players to kill off their character. If their character is killed, they must follow New Life RP. Gangs, we have changed that. Gangs are allowed to tell somebody when they are joining their crew or before they join their crew that if they bleed out that person, that they have to perma kill their character. That is up to the gangs. I'm not saying all gangs are doing that. That is up to the gangs if they want to do that with their club. We have left that open to them. It's their decision. Some gangs are going to do it, some aren't. So they have to make sure that is said before you join the gang. They can't go, oh, by the way, after you get bled in or whatever, guess what? Now that you're in, if you get bled out, you got to perma your character. That is totally your choice to join that gang at that point in time. So if you want to perma your character at the end of everything, when you're doing this storyline with this gang and decide that, go join that gang. If you don't, then maybe that gang ain't the one for you. We had some informational stuff in there for traffic signals must be followed to the best of their ability. That's been taken out. You no longer need to have your identification on you. People really haven't been carrying it. Plus, PD has fingerprint scanners, mobile ones that they carry around. So that's been taken out. Torture RP has been revised too. Torture RP is fair game as long as there is no rape or sexual acts in that torture without consent. So I'm going to leave that there. I have my opinion on it, but I'm going to leave it there. That's where it's at. Camping illicit spots. That was taken out. The server restarting. What was that? We took that out for
The 15 minutes before and after the restart, no
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah, so people haven't been following this one. We haven't been really enforcing this one. You're gonna have to remind me what we did with this one. There was so much shit.
Because a lot of times before Tsunami, like the 15 minutes, nobody can commit crime. So you're standing around with your friends. You like to fuck around,
Yep.
right? We had a rule in there that you couldn't do that because people were just being careless. But to be honest, we've never really truly 100% enforce that. PD does it. I mean, we all do it. You know, we all fuck around the last 15 minutes. It was a rule, and we just kind of threw it out because, hey, if you want to be dumb and die and shit when storm happens, that's on you. But you know, that was why that rule was kind of removed.
Yeah, I would say to that, just to speak on that a little further for some insight, don't expect to do a T/report or put in a ticket if you fly in dead in those situations because you ain't getting revived.
Yep.
Better hope an EMS is on. You know what I mean? All is fair, love and war, right? So treat it like love and war. Back to you, Grampy.
What one did we just touch on?
The 15 minutes
15,
of
all right.
the yeah.
All right. Just because you're friends with person doesn't not permit you to kill them for no reason. That was taken out. Permadeath was taken out.
Yeah. So just to speak on the one about killing your friends or whatever, so you know you can still get in trouble for RDM even if your friend doesn't mind you killing them for random reasons. You know what I mean? Did I say that right?
Yeah, just because you know the guy doesn't mean you could just roll up and start shooting him or something like that, right? Like,
Well,
is that what
like,
you're trying to
you
say?
know, and even if you're just like standing at Legion and the tsunami's happening, that doesn't give you full on right to go RDM your homeboy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
So those were the major rule changes, right? Anybody have questions on them? Have anything you would like to say about any of them? Please
Just to
say
reiterate,
something.
just to reiterate, when you say major rule changes, means we threw a bunch of shit out.
Yep, that's basically what we did. We threw a bunch of stuff out. If you have anything you want to say, ask or raise your hand, whatever. If not, we'll move on to the next. Cool. Next. Let's see here. Next is new stuff that was added. There is a new evidence and jail script being added as we speak. Evidence script gives impact of bullets. It will let you do what do you call it? Fingerprints on a vehicle, off the vehicle, on weapons, all of that. GSR. It'll even let them test for drugs or alcohol.
Breathalyzer's not gonna be in at first. I gotta fix it and put all the fucking 2,000 different fucking alcohols we have.
Yeah, there's that too. So then there'll be a breathalyzer in. So PD will have that to use. It's going to help. The camera inside the PD also has special features to it. When it takes pictures, it also shows evidence as well, and it web hooked to your guys' channels, so they work. The jail script is going in. It's got to be worked on because we put it in a dev server and it wasn't working right in there due to our dev server. Our database is a little wonky over there, so we got to put it in here and work on it. What Shibulo is going to do. Next, EMS. You guys have a pretty dope new advanced ambulance job. It's pretty crazy. You can sedate people. You can defibrillate. You can do a lot of stuff. You can pick bullets out of people. That means for you guys that aren't EMS, once you get downed, you're just going straight to flat back. You flex your G, and it'll get EMS coming. You have 4 minutes and so many seconds before you bleed out, right? Once you go down, it's muting you. Part of the script. It mutes you. You can't talk. You can hear, but you can't talk until they lift you. All right?
Anybody who's EMS, your radio menu is completely custom now. So you have MDT, panic, dispatch, a few other goddamn things I had to make. A whole bunch of shit in that script that I put in.
The only thing that's not working right now that's going to take some time to fix will be your stretcher script.
Yeah, that thing.
The stretcher is wonky as shit. We were playing with it. It'll take some time to fix.
That's not the script. That's not the script's fault. That's the fucking QB fucking stretcher. That thing is ours.
Yep. So that's just it's being weird. But everything else is in there and working. So when you guys check in, the price is more. It's $3,000 now because it just when you check in, you just get revived right there and stand right up. Okay. The dev already knows about it. That created this script, and he I guess is probably gonna be working on it. So it might be an update out to where it puts you in a bed. What else? The jail script. You want to even touch on that, Bulo, right now? Kind of give him a heads up on the jail script.
I mean, it's kind of just pretty straightforward.
Got a bunch of jobs. I mean, that's all I can tell you guys.
Has a few jobs. You can reduce your time. Not really a lot of time, but reduce a decent amount of it for a while.
Yeah.
You can craft shit. There's stashes around the jail you can try to find. There's mini games for it. I will say this to anybody who wants to break their friend out. Fucking luck with that. There's like
Yes.
18 steps to that jailbreak thing. Good luck with that. I'll give you this part. The 6th step to that jailbreak involves a grid mini game that has 8. It's 18 by 18. Have fun figuring that out.
All right. Thornton would like to speak. Go ahead. Whenever you come up.
Yo, so I just got a question because I was in jail earlier, whatever, and all
Yeah.
the doors were locked. So
That's a
like when you
different
got
jail
out,
script.
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
This one
Yep.
spawns you in the yard. There's 4 different locations you'll spawn in: leaning, sitting on a chair, sitting in the on the benches in the basketball court and shit like that. I already fixed the
Okay.
doors in there too, so there. For
Okay,
right
I
now,
just
the
wanted to make
cells will
sure.
be locked, and there's nothing in the cells. You don't need them.
Okay,
But everything else you'll have unlocked to be able to get to the cafeteria and all this shit.
all right.
What's the next one? Like I said, I touch base. There is a heist in cargo plane heist or whatever it's called. You go see a dude. He gives you a little cardboard paper. Bulo said he watched a couple of people look at that, trying to figure out. All I'm gonna say is that cardboard paper that has the stuff on it is everything you need to do that heist. All right, so just pay attention to it and follow the steps on that. It is pretty awesome.
I mean, whoever's paid the 20 grand, if you haven't figured it out, it's pretty straight fucking forward what it says.
It is very straightforward and it's pretty awesome. PD will get alerted on that once that plane crashes. Once the plane crashes, that's when PD gets an alert and they get there. If you don't get everything, they secure it. They get so much money for securing it. All right. And it puts up all these little barriers and police barriers and stuff around it for them to do an investigation. All right. Other than that, that's what we have for new stuff in there. For the rules for that. Anybody got anything they want to say? I just wanted to say the new stuff, man. I tell you, I wake up in the morning, the first place I go is that goddamn new Weasel News channel in our thing. I'm not even joking. That shit is funnier than hell.
Fuck that news channel. They didn't even fucking put the city, the state of the city address in there from the fucking mayor.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Dang.
think the mayor will be back. Been
Yeah,
fucking
that's
The mayor's definitely not a serious motherfucker. Okay.
That's why me and I was gonna say that's why me and McWhite paid Tyrone $45K to stab you. Oh, we offered him $20K first, and then he said, "You want a picture?" And I said, "I'll give you an extra $25K to post it on Twitter." Does anybody have anything like that they are seeing in the city, or issues, problems, things that they would like to address or at least discuss that hasn't been discussed? I mean, we're very open. Everybody here on the admin team will tell you, like, this is a very much a community type city. This isn't just what, dictators. What we say goes. We want the community actively involved in helping to run this community and run the city and helping us to build this. So if you see things, I know we've got a suggestions channel and stuff like that, but like other than those things, like these are things that you guys may be seeing or would like to talk about that you feel would be a help to the city. And we're not talking about stupid shit that Kevin will probably suggest.
We got 3 right now, so I'm gonna bring them up. Happy?
Yay, I can talk.
What's up?
Right. I have a suggestion, and I think a lot of people will agree with this. Selling drugs when PD isn't on, but at a reduced price.
We did that once, and this is the thing. We did that once, and as soon as cops come on, no one sells anything. They don't do a damn thing. We have changed it multiple times, going from
Okay.
without cops, with cops, without cops, with cops. So,
What about, because you can corner sell and you can also sell via the gang menu. Now the gang menu is very, very little. Even if you have high percentage or high loyalty in your area you control. Is it possible, I don't know how it works with the scripts or anything, or if they're tied together, but is it possible that corner selling can be done when PD is on? Because obviously you get a lot more for it. But through the gang menu, you can do it when PD isn't on. If there's
I
like
can speak to that a little bit.
Yeah.
The issue with that is that not everybody's in a gang,
Yeah, okay, yeah, true.
right? And unfortunately, you know what I mean? That would make it so
Yeah.
that like only the gangs then would be able to sell the drugs when cops
Yeah,
aren't
and
on.
then you're kind of forcing people to either make a gang or join a gang, yeah, and not everybody wants to do that. Yeah.
I mean, we
Okay.
have a couple of cops that are pretty active throughout the day. That's going to be Doofy and Ryan. They're in a lot
Yeah.
during the day. So, my way, my vote's going to be keeping it the way it is because, like I said, we've changed it so many times.
Yeah.
And, like we've been doing this for 3 years. All right, don't get me wrong. It's not like this is our first time. We've been doing this
Oh,
for 3
God,
years.
no,
to
I
where
know.
we've changed it, and people be selling like crazy. And the problem is if something happens, they don't say anything to us like, "Oh wow, this drug's selling for $4,500 every
Yeah.
pop." They don't say anything, and the next thing we know, we got people that are making millions of dollars. And then once the cops come on, nothing. Like the city goes straight quiet. No one does anything. They don't sell no drugs. They sit back because why? They don't need to go rob because when cops aren't on, they can just go and sell all day long until cops come on. Then they just go and wash their money and stuff.
Yeah.
We had 2 people one time that made over almost $5 million between the 2 of them in one night. Just hours of selling when no PD was on duty. It just really breaks the economy.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it can get a little bit, and yeah, like there are always things that we could look at and go, well, what if we do this or this or this? But I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's really hard to balance an economy when it's really hard to balance that. Like, where do you draw the line at? Like, how much is too much? Because, like, I'm sure as you swear, people will grind stuff out. And when you're looking at between 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern to 7-8 o'clock in the morning, there's usually no cops on. People will sit there and sell 7-8 hours. They'll do that just for
Oh, yeah, I know.
money in a game, like no RP behind it at all. So I think the main reason why we've kind of moved in that direction, and I think is not just for the economy, but also for
The
RP
interaction.
purposes. Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
We love to interact. Now, don't get me wrong. We just took out a bunch of heists that you didn't need cops at all for, but no one was doing them. No one was doing them.
Yeah, then it makes a little sense of having them, yeah.
Yeah, so we took them out. Now I'm not saying they're staying gone. We have plans in the works right now. We took them out. Right now, I think only one heist you have to have cops on is the airplane heist because it pays anywhere between you spend $20K, but you can get anywhere between what 30,000 and 80,000 off that after you sell the stuff, right? So you got to have 2 cops on for that. But there's a train heist. I'm pretty sure that's in still. Yes, I think that's still in, right, Bulo? You said that was in. that slim built that don't need no cops.
All of
There's-
Slim's drug boat run, all that shit's still in there.
Yep, the boat run is still in. All Slim scripts that he made that don't need cops, no one's doing. So if you're looking for something no cops are on, go find these things and go hit these heists and hit them while cops are on too, because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, these things, they're not that easy to do by yourself either. You're gonna need to get people involved with you, and it gets crazy. Even I've been to, I think, 1 or 2 since we've had it in on this rebuild, and I respond to them, and the crims got wiped up, and so didn't PD. Man, no one got anything out of that. You know, we all got fucked up. So, so just keep that in mind. There is some stuff in here for you guys to do without.
Oh yeah,
cops on.
Oh yeah. It wasn't like I'm saying that there's nothing to do because there's no PD on or anything. It was just
Right.
that sort of like
Yep.
just an idea.
I understand.
But yeah, no, all good. That's me done.
Okay.
AKA he's trying not to sound like Kevin.
I'm not gonna
So-
Lloyd.
So my understanding of that issue, right, is because it's purely based off of the phone, right, which was made by GKS, right? And my understanding from reading some of the stuff that they have in their Discord, right, they're using GTA natives, right, to basically control that NPC. And unfortunately, with what they have available to them, that's as good as they can get the valet to work. So the other alternative to making the valet better is outright getting rid of it, unfortunately.
Right, and it's become handy, and again, yeah, things are limited. So I mean, if it's either to have it the way it is or not having it, so you keep it the way it is.
Yeah, that valet will run your ass over too. I don't know how many times that some bitches ran me over and killed me.
Hey, I hide behind a wall whenever I call it.
Yep.
And it sucks sometimes when EMS isn't in. And like I've been driven over by my vehicle in front of Weasel News, and there's no EMS or PD, and obviously no staff in. So it's like, ah, shit. and it makes you go down.
Right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Also to mention, I'll say this now so that no one complains later. License checking is now on for ammunition. So, sucks to suck. Go get one. If you're a criminal, you're not getting shit.
Well, I don't know if it's been brought up to anybody or not, but last night we were at Flywheels and cars were just randomly blowing up out of nowhere. Like they wasn't connected to anything or anything like that, and cars were blowing up. And when we went to go repair some motorcycles, they had flat tires. We would repair them, and nothing would work whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. Cool. That's
You said cars had flat tires.
No. So the motorcycles, they got blown up. We took them to Flywheels, went to repair them. We repaired them, but the tires wasn't coming back on them. And then, like, there was a record just sitting in there because we just unloaded a bike, and the record just blew up out of nowhere. Like nobody shot it, nobody hit it, or nothing.
Well, as far as the tires, you have to use the spare tires to repair tires.
Okay. I guess
So
the
I'm
mechanics
pretty
was
sure-
a little bit different than our previous city. Like when
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to repair it, it would automatically say like repair tire or whatever. So
No, you have to actually like have the tires in your pocket.
gotcha. Okay. That was it for me.
and the other one was your just the thing blew up, right? The tow truck did.
Yeah, it just like randomly blew up in the shop out of nowhere.
That's interesting. I think the location of Flywheels is kind of glitchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to mute up quick? Also, Cammy's Mechanic Shop will no longer be taking applications. However, you get caught fixing your buddy's cars without them paying first, you will be fired and disbanded from the garage for 30 days. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. Thank you.
Hold on, you said they're not taking applications?
So we had to chat yesterday or today on our way home from my son's baseball game, and she was asking me why I was asking about all this. And I said, because you kind of have applications up and it's not a whitelist. And she's like, that's how it was done when I got it. I'm like, well, just get rid of the application. So she's like, I'll just get rid of the application then. So she just took the application process away. That's all. They don't, we just
Okay.
come in,
I was gonna
say
say
what,
because I was gonna try to get a job there to help out on my
you
new
can-
criminal head. So
You're more like just gonna have to either reach out to her or Slim on DM. Even if you do it in TextRP, hey, trying to contact the owners of Cammy's Garage for a job, they can reply back in TextRP and
Right.
say, yeah, you can do it. That's why we have TextRP.
well,
If
I
you're
know
not
they
in the
both
city,
have just
I'll
been
get
super busy with out city
out.
stuff. So that's
well,
why
yeah.
that's why I was just kind of waiting. I didn't want to. I know that I didn't want to bother him.
She puts in one full work period, 40 some odd hours every week of overtime. So she has been
Yeah.
stupid busy.
I believe it.
So it's been crazy for her to run that at the same time. Slim's been busy with BCSO. Yeah, in the
Well, he's been busy with work in general,
work
like
and
lately.
BCSO,
So
yep.
yeah.
So it's that time of season too, guys. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we are looking the SAST, BCSO, right now the lawyer's place too. We're looking for regular civilians to run these things, because we do not want staff running these departments, We really don't. We'd like to see you guys run it and take it and have fun with it, So
Yeah, that's not to say that we want, no offense anybody, but that's not to say we want any old Tom, Dick, or Harry to run the shit either. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that like whoever is getting chosen to run the thing, that they are 100%, dedicated, established, and capable, right, of
But
running.
yeah,
Quick
but-
thing.
and
Can I
we're
get
already
one
looking at
stuff?
people to take over the EMS and fire stuff. So
Yep.
that'll be one less thing off of our plates.
Hey, quick
Thank
But
thing.
God.
Can I
from
get one
now
staff
on,
to join the city?
what's up?
Can I get one staff to join the city?
I'll do it.
from now on, you're gonna have to pay for your upgrades before anybody touches your vehicles. We've had a lot of people who were working at the shop who just come do their buddies' cards and they're not being charged for it. If you're caught doing your buddies' cars without having them pay for their work, you will be fired and disbanded for 30 days.
I just want to touch on her thing. Honestly, and my staff can back me up and tell me if I'm wrong or right. You guys know you can tell me this. That's considered power gaming, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I would think so. So let's not do some PG. I tell you that right now. Let's not do it.
Can I ask a question?
up?
And I know Slim. This is a question for Slim.
Mhm.
Can we go back to the? I know. Look, I love the new mechanic script. I love the mechanic script we have in there. It's really cool. But I think because of the issues of people doing that, it has caused some issues. Is there a possibility that we can go back to the way things used to be, so that the mechanic shop is still making business? You still are going to have to pay for all those upgrades out of your pocket, and then you bill them, so that way then you get a percentage back, and then the business still makes money. So it limits their ability to be able to power game that and give their friends free upgrades.
Here's the problem with that is that script you're talking about was built on the old QB framework, right?
Okay.
The makers of the QB framework are no longer supporting that script at all. They are
Okay.
forcing people to buy the mechanic script that we have.
Yeah. Jim is now the official mechanic script.
But we have
Okay.
it already where the money comes out of our pockets.
It's so
If they're not
then,
paying for their services, then the shop loses out on that percentage anyway.
So then what I think we should probably do to mitigate this right now, because yeah, you're right. Like they still have to pay for some of the parts, but it's not very much. I'm just thinking possibly increase the price of the parts and then just increase the percentage of what they get back, so that they still make a little money when they do the upgrades, but they're gonna have to start billing people because they're gonna have to pay a decent amount of money out of pocket to be able to buy those parts. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, and that's easily done. That's a simple change. You know what I mean? Because right now the way that it's set up is you have, as a mechanic, there's a spreadsheet that they're supposed to use to tell you, what to charge, right? Now, you get when a mechanic bills somebody, they get 15% back, right? And it used to only be 10. Now 5%, right, of that 15 is what you paid for the parts, right? So you get full on reimbursement. So if we were to say double the prices on everything and increase that to 20%, right? That's pretty much how the math will work out, because then you're still getting your 10% commission, but you know what I mean? You're still kicking out and fronting the money, right? You're doing for the upgrades, but you get it back when you bill. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I was just thinking if that'll work out, that would be great because it would mitigate that. And like I said, I've seen it happen time and time again where people will give their friends free upgrades, and like, to be honest, it's PG, but you're stealing from the business. Like, that's a crime. If that gets reported, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, if that gets reported to PD, like, you're gonna go to jail. Like, that's a crime.
That's why I said you'll automatically get fired if we catch on to it, and you will be disbarred for 30 days from the shop. So if you have to get your vehicles upgraded in that 30-day period, then you're SOL unless you have somebody else bring them in.
Yeah, at which point, if we catch somebody doing it, like, it's easy to catch that shit, because, like, the thing is like, you got to understand, we keep logs of pretty much everything in the server. So, like, if the billing part doesn't log the same as what your items are when you swap them out, then we can find that, right? So if we keep an eye on, who do we have as a mechanic, as well as, what's coming into their pocket in terms of parts, and then what's coming into their pocket in terms of money, we can do the math, right? And we can figure out who's doing it and who's not. So I'm just saying that so that people know that, like, if you think for a second that we can't catch that shit, I'm sorry to be the burden of bad news for you, but we log everything here, so.
Oh, cool. All right. So a couple of things too, gangs. I know I told you guys to hold on about the drug movement stuff. I got to talk with Slim a little bit more on this. I know LFC chatting on it. The way we did it, it was the way I was under the impression when I talked the other day with Slim. It was going that way, and I guess that's not what he was talking about. I have no clue at this time, so just be patient because we wanted to move drugs today, and unfortunately we didn't get to. So just give me a day or two to figure that out so we can get that moved as soon as possible. The next thing I do want to say is you guys are fucking amazing because 3 years ago we had all these rules in place because God, the people we had here just did not want to RP at all, ever, and always was trying to break some kind of rule. They wanted to make the city a gang. So these rules to disappear like they have been over the last 2 months is awesome. It's all because of your guys' RP. So keep that shit going because it feels good to take away a lot of these things, and I feel like it's opening up your guys' RP. Slim said it the best the other day. He's like, yeah, we got these rules in place, telling everybody to go out there and RP, but here we're basically setting your RP for you. You can do it in these parameters. Kind of sucks balls, So go ahead and do that. And Vigilante RP has been taken out. You can now do Vigilante RP. All right, so I'd love to see where you guys go with that.
But it is still fucking against the rules to impersonate law enforcement. So even if you're gonna be a fucking vigilante, you're not law enforcement, right? So a vigilante can still get charged with kidnapping. Okay.
Yep.
So Tom, vigilante RP. So I'll tell you, and this is something I've considered bringing back. I didn't go to the full degree of vigilantism. So vigilante RP is basically you are a regular citizen who sees criminals committing crimes and doing shit, and you take matters into your own hands. You can take care of them dirty old criminals yourself. Like that's why he was saying that doesn't mean that you're a cop. That doesn't mean that you are above the law, but you take that risk. But you're just not a criminal. You're just, well, you're a criminal, but
yeah, I'll give a prime example. And Coot was part of this, and Coot's done it too. Some of you were in the city the other day when you seen me. I was killing AIs on the street and sending out text messages to SAST saying the corrupt will fall or the SAST's not protecting the city, all that shit. That's like a
to be
vigilante
fair,
thing.
he's not wrong. So
But and then before that, Coot was doing the same thing though. Like a year ago, he was having somebody make a ped, kill him, make a scene, and he would leave little notes and put it on, like Twitch, not Twitch, Twitter and stuff. So that stuff like that's the type of vigilante RP that is pretty cool. So like that stuff is cool too. You guys can do that.
Do we still have some of the old videos that I posted in TextRP?
You might.
Oh
We
no!
never purged that.
Yeah, we did purge TextRP.
Did we purge the XRP too? Oh shit!
Yeah, we did.
But
I used to post videos too, like and tag SAST.
Yep.
One of them we even staged where we kidnapped the streets when he was chief.
Yep.
He was like, I'm gonna be gone for like a week or two, like due to work schedule. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to be in the city. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. We're gonna kidnap you. We're gonna have you held hostage and stuff like that. We're gonna be sending notes to PD taunting him. And we like posted a whole video of me like interrogating him, ripping off his badge, cutting off his like toe and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, I mean, thank you though for your amazing RP out there. You guys are doing awesome. It is fun interacting with all of you. I look forward to every time I fly in of like, who am I going to interact with today, and what type of fun shit are we going to deal with? You guys have been awesome. It's great.
Oh shit! It does detect gloves. Never
Go
mind.
ahead, Albert.
Holy shit!
You gotta, Albert. I invited you up to speak, dude. You gotta accept it.
Oh damn!
I don't think he knows how to.
Jesus!
You said Albert?
Yeah, he had his hand up.
He's old as fuck. You gotta give him a little bit of credit, you know?
Yeah, no Batman, no Superman. No, you guys ain't doing that stuff. We're not putting in Batman costume. Sorry.
Hey, I do have an Iron Man mask in the city, so you know. Iron Man.
I don't know how, but Ooh Cafes. Okay, so I will. I'll make the announcement for you, Albert. Albert has bought a cafe. It's called the Ooh Cafe. He put it in his ticket. His shit's gonna be funnier and how he's looking for people to work for him. Just stop by. I don't know, when is your grand opening? Did you already do it, Albert?
Tonight.
Is it tonight? Yeah. Tonight's grand opening, so everybody make your way over there and just see that.
Albert, we can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Ulu Cafe's gonna be open tonight after we are done with this meeting. So
they have a couple really cool food items. Not giving any hints, but you're gonna love them.
Well, so those food items don't exist right now, but all of the food items are actually custom. So you can eat them, and it'll actually show what item you're eating, like for real. So it's pretty dope. You're not just eating a burger for everything; it's the actual item. Like you eat the bowl of soup, you eat the mochi, stuff like that. So Bulo did a great job on that.
You mean to tell me I'm not gonna get to eat my one thing that I want to eat?
Fried cat? Maybe Bulo might be able to change something.
Yeah, it's already changed.
Yeah, it's already changed. That's what I was about to say. It's already changed.
Oh,
so was
shit,
the other
okay.
one.
I was in yesterday, but it wasn't.
He didn't even know that shit. He didn't even know it was changed yet. He just fucking agreeing with him. Yeah, it's already changed. You know how Cooter is.
I was
Is that
pretty
it, buddy?
excited. He said it got changed, and I couldn't wait. I just haven't been able to get there yet.
You that's it,
yeah.
Albert?
Yep.
All right, buddy. Cool. Thank you. Awesome meeting, guys. I hope you all have fun out there. I can't wait for y'all to check out the new stuff that we got to use. I can't wait for PD to mess with their stuff. I can't wait for EMS to mess with their stuff. This is some shit we've been waiting for a long freaking time to actually get.
Rebel
just
Corn requested to speak.
Yep, just give me 1 second. Just to let you know too, that evidence script, I forgot to add one thing. There is stuff in the city for you to wipe down your gun from fingerprints and clean up the crime scene too. Now it does take a little bit of time, but just venture around. I'm not saying it's hidden, but just go shopping a little bit and see what's out there. And you'll see some new stuff there that might just pique your interest so you know what to do. All right.
Just tell them right where it is, Grandpa.
No, I'm just gonna let them just go shopping. All right, Piet, shut up. All right, I'm bringing up Rebel.
I think friends are gonna hate this part the most.
What one? The being down?
No, this
Oh,
one right here.
the Jimmy. Oh yeah, Rebel. You can come up, but real quick too, guys. Y'all know those Slim Jims that cops use to unlock your door. If they have
Yep.
probable cause or a warrant, PD now has Slim Jims. So you can refuse to
Yes.
unlock. They can Slim Jim undo your car, but it doesn't give off a robbery alert when they do it. So that means you guys, if you take a cop out and you get that, guess what you get? You get a Slim Jim.
Hey, by the way, PD, this still means that if their car is locked and it was not used in the commission of a crime, that doesn't give you a right to use that to search their
Right.
car.
What
You still
I
have to
left
get a
that
warrant.
To you guys.
You still have to get a warrant. We'll make sure everybody's still clear. If their car was used in the commission of a crime, fleeing, selling drugs, anything like that, you can use that. But if they were just in the area, their car's there, and you arrest them, and you didn't see them use that car in the commission of a crime, you cannot search it.
Now that doesn't mean that you get to police the police, knowing that, right? There's a PD complaint form. There's also a way you can bring that shit to court. You know what I mean? So don't be putting in a ticket saying, "Hey, these fuckers illegally searched my vehicle," because we're gonna say handle it in RP.
Okay. Rebel, I did give you permission to speak. I would right click on your finger, click it in, so it's down below, something like that. I have no idea how it works, guys. No, don't. I hope it don't either. Doesn't mean I'm not telling them to go out there and just start shooting cops down to get Slim Jims. If you're smart, they can't see your 6 slot, right? For PD, PD can't see. Only other officers can see 6 slots. Everybody else cannot see an officer's 6 slot. So
I'm just gonna not carry one with me, and then when we get to a point where we need one, then fucking send somebody back to PD to get one. I mean,
put it in your car like PD does.
We have lockboxes in our car. We can
yeah.
drop it in there.
It's not something you should really need all the time, so you really shouldn't even be keeping it in your pocket.
Yeah. Rebel, you needed to come up. Are you having issues, man, getting up here? Because if not, if you need to talk to us, DM me or something, or one of us.
They're both here, Cooter.
You what?
Both the things you want are here.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, he said they weren't in, so I'm just.
They're right here.
So much for no errors in the server.
Okay, jelly is not working now. I think I forgot to put the export in.
Oh, we had a day with no errors.
One day without no errors.
Okay. Well,
Does someone have a cat near them that's fucking purring? Because that's all I hear right now is a cat purring.
Oh, the cat's in here because you can pet them.
Yeah, because he's sharing his screen, and
Oh.
you gotta mute the sound or the sound if you don't want to hear it.
all right. If that's it, you don't have to restart, right?
Not really.
Everything good?
The jetting's a little weird. I gotta fix the export. That's why I forgot to put it in.
I'll do that real quick, and then
Yes.
it'll be done.
Does the Uwu Cafe have a marker on the map?
Yeah,
it does.
Possible
Big ass
way
teeth.
we could add in a self-serve when mechanics are not in. We did that once. We had it, and the reason why we got rid of it was because of what, Slim? What was the reason?
Because nobody went to the mechanics when they were in city.
Pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, not
It
gonna
was
happen
terrible.
again. Yeah. See,
It
the whole
was-
point of a city is interaction, right? And I know sometimes I've been on and I've seen mechanics post, "Hey, mechanics in city," and 2 or 3 hours he gets maybe 3 or 4 cars, and after that he flies out. And when he flies out, then everybody's like, "Where's the mechanic?" So pay
Well-
attention to the Twitter and stuff, and you'll catch him for sure.
Yeah. Granted, my mom always said it right before she beat my ass, but it was something I'll always fucking remember. She would always say, "You don't always get what you want." Right?
So
Sorry.
yeah,
I can't relate to that at all. I'm sorry.
She probably.
She just didn't say it and just whooped his ass up.
Well, my mom was gangster as hell, so.
Alright.
So we had that once, right? It got disabled when the mechanics were in.
There's no way to rewrite the mechanic script to include that because it is escrowed. So, sorry.
That
We
and I
didn't write
think
it.
even the old QB one, I think even if it, what it would happen is that even when a mechanic was in, they wouldn't go to the mechanics. They would wait till the mechanics were out.
Yeah.
What's crazy is we even increased the prices that people would have to pay at the self serve, and people would still do it instead of waiting for a mechanic to be in city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these things, these cheats that I'm just gonna call them a cheat, that people ask for, like the self-serve mechanic, the AI medics, things like that, destroy departments. It absolutely destroys it. So that's why Cammy's is been rebuilding and getting it restaffed because it got destroyed. ERT is rebuilding because it got destroyed because of these little loophole cheat sheets.
And Rebel, you had a job at the mechanic shop and you never showed up. So
There's also no RP behind any of those things as well. And if those are the things that you're looking for, I don't say this to sound like a dick, but if you're looking for things that mitigate or limit RP, then maybe play GTA Online.
Yeah, we had people in here every day that would request AIPD, AI EMS. For 3 months, these guys did it. There was like 15 of them. I was like, you know what, guys, just go to GTA Online. All right? Just go over there.
I don't say that to be an asshole, but if that's
No,
what you
because-
want, like,
I get told Happy there. We've done this for 3 years. Everything you've suggested, we've done it. We've
got-
tested it. We've tried it. We've done it. You know, and we've watched our city go from being flourished to losing all the cops, to losing all the EMS, to losing all the criminals, to back to just staff, starting all over again, rebuilding the city. And on this one, we said, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not going to do it anymore. Is there a way for you to get hired back? You will have to talk to Cammie, but she is getting on the mechanics about being present. You know, she's not saying you got to live there, but at least give a couple days to help out.
and not just show up when your buddies need work on their car.
But yeah, that's just, I mean, we've done a lot of these AI stuff. I remember sitting up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning with some, and we started at like 7 in the afternoon building these AI things to get him to work right, and him pulling his hair out of his head and wanting to kill something because you have to get him to work right. And then they screw up, and then people got ran over by the AI, and then it turns into a nightmare. It's just better off that what we have set for the people in these departments, run them, you know, and get the people in there. I mean, if you, I say it to the team all the time. If you see where something's lacking, make a character help out, help build that up. And once you see it's flourishing and doing good, you don't want to do it more, say, hey, I'm good, I'm going to move off. All right, cool, thanks, you know. A lot of us have done that with EMS, PD, mechanics. I think we've all played almost every type of job in here to build up the city to keep people around. and then we had people come in. So anything else anybody wants to add, talk about, suggest? As long as it's an AI.